Hello, my name is Eris Glass. If you layer it up just right, it looks like fog, kind of like what you see behind me. I'm going to show you guys really quickly how to do that, and then we're going to delve into the mechanics behind it, then some tips and tricks you can use to enhance your builds, and then we'll look at some examples. Okay, I promised you a quick explanation, and here it is. Light source, glass, air, glass, air, glass, air, up to 7 layers of glass. Less than 7 layers, you will see the light source at the bottom. More than 7 layers doesn't add to the effect. I would only suggest doing that if you need more depth. But that's all it takes. A light source, 7 layers of glass, air in between each layer. Now, why does this work? There are 2 mechanics we need to look at: light level and glass. So let's start with glass. So here we're going to have 1 layer of glass. We're just going to use the same white glass shade here. Okay, this is what it looks like, right? Look what happens when we put another layer of the same shade right on top. 1 layer, 2 layers. See, 1, 1, 2. It looks exactly the same. There's no difference. Okay, but if we do 2 layers with a layer of air in between, look at how it changes. So there's 1 layer, there's 2 layers, but they're right on top of each other. There's 2 layers, but air in between. You see the difference here? You can see both layers of glass when you have air in between. Now this only really applies if you're using 1 shade. If you're going to use different shades of glass, you don't need to have the air in between, but we'll look at that more later. We also need to understand light level. So in this pit, we've got some torches down there. This pit is 15 deep. It says so on this sign right here. And we want 15 deep because that's how many we need if we're going to do 7 layers of glass. So let's look at our light level when we're up here at the top. So on the left side of the screen, about halfway down where it says client light, see where it says block? That 0 block means that we have 0 light level in the block that we're in right now. Now we got 15 from skylight, but that doesn't apply right now. We want that block light level, which is 0. Now if we go hop on top of the torch down here, look at what our block light is now. Now we're at 14. Okay, and if we go up, look, the further away we get from our light source, that block light number goes down. Okay, because it's the light that we're getting from this torch. So all the way up here, we're at 0. All the way down, when we're standing on the torch, we're at 14. So we can use that to our advantage, because what happens when you have a light source that far down, where it's at light level 0 up here, it means that there's no light spilling over top. So in this example right here, we have 7 layers of glass with air in between. The light source is at the bottom. There's no light that's making it up past the rim of this pit. Okay, and I can show you guys that if we switch our time. I always do this wrong every time. Okay, see? There's no light coming up over the edge here. Maybe you want to have some light spill over. If that's the case, just don't dig down as deep. So instead of digging down 15 like we did over here, just dig down 9, and that'll give you 4 layers of glass. Your light level on your torch is still going to be the same. Okay, it's still 14. And if we go up to the top, now we've got 4 for our block light level. Now the only problem with that is you can see the torches through the glass, but we can work around that really simply. All we have to do is put carpet that matches the glass over top of the light sources. So here, I just dug down 1 deeper wherever I wanted to put a torch, and then I just covered up the whole bottom area with carpet. It goes right on top of the torch, or whatever light source you want to use. And then when you look through it, look through the glass, when you have the carpet matching, it kind of gives the same effect, and you can't really tell that it's carpet down there. If you got really close, you can kind of see the carpet texture, but when you're using this sort of effect, you're not really doing that. You're normally looking at it from a distance, and you can't really tell. If you want the effect to look bigger and more expansive, then instead of keeping the walls smooth all the way down, push them back a little bit in intervals like we did here. So we went down 2, we went in 1, down some, in 1, and we did that all the way around. And then it is a little bit more work, but the payoff is going to make it look like there's a lot more of the effect than there actually is. We can make this look bigger still if we blend together the carpet and the wall. Right now, there's a really harsh line between the two, but if we change out the material of the walls, we can make this look like one big thing. So since we're using white in this example, if we change out the walls to white concrete and to match the carpet and the glass, then when you look at the finished product, it looks so much bigger. Like you can't really see where the carpet and the wall meet. I mean, maybe if you really get in there, you can tell, but from a distance, which again, is probably how you're going to be viewing this sort of effect, you can't really tell. So all in all, the 3 things that we did, we added carpet to the bottom, we pushed back the walls in intervals, and we changed out the material of the walls to match our glass and carpet. And when you put all those 3 together, or whatever combination you want, you can kind of customize the effect to make it look more like how you want it to look. And you could even use a different light source. You don't have to use torches. And if you use a different light source, then you're going to get a different light level depending on what you use. And then again, you can use that to kind of change like how much light is going to spill over the top. So far, we've been using one color. There are 16 you can choose from. Just remember, if you're using one shade, you need to have a layer of air in between. But there's actually more than 16 options, because if you use different colors, you can actually stack them right on top of each other. So unlike what we looked at in the beginning, where you had to have that layer of air in between when you're using one shade, different colors, put them right on top of each other. It's totally fine. And everything else works exactly the same way. So in this example, we've got white carpet down there covering up our light sources. We've got white concrete walls. We pushed them back in intervals, and then we just layered this glass up. We did gray, light gray, white, light gray, white, light gray, alternating until we had white at the top. And you can do any color combination you want. You can do 2 colors, 3 colors, 4 colors, however you want to do it. Let's go ahead and take a look at some examples now. Let me know in the comments which of these color combinations is your favorite and what other combos you think will look good together. I really like this green and brown. I know it's kind of weird. It's not really a pretty color. It's sort of swampy, murky, a bit ugly, honestly, but maybe that's why I like it. I don't know. I also really like the purples, but purple is my favorite color, so I'm prejudiced. Now these examples are all fine and dandy, but it's kind of hard to imagine what these would look like in a build unless you see them in a build, because sometimes that context really helps to sell it. So I'm going to stop talking now. We're going to spend the rest of the video looking at some build examples. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. Again, let me know which of these you liked, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!